Hey everyone, it's Hunter and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then don't forget to subscribe down below, and also don't forget to follow me on Instagram, which is linked in the description box down below. If I look different in today's video or the quality looks different, I'd like to apologize because I am using a different camera today, but I really wanted to film this video today, so that's why I'm not waiting until I get my other camera back, so I'm so sorry about that. Today's video, I am talking about, as you can see in the title, why I don't drink. This can be a bit of a controversial topic simply because people don't understand it, or they think that, I don't know, people think a lot of things, but it can sometimes be controversial. At least to me it has been, and so I wanted to share that with you guys and share with you guys what I believe and everything like that. But first, I want to tell you guys how I feel about alcohol in general. So I do not think that there is anything wrong with drinking alcohol. People like to use, a lot of Christians like to use the Bible as an excuse for why you shouldn't drink or why it's wrong to drink. And while I agree that drunkenness, like getting drunk, I don't think that you should do that because, I mean, the Bible explicitly states that it's wrong to get drunk. But it also, Jesus drank wine, that's alcohol. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. If you're hanging out with your friends or you're watching The Bachelorette one night and you want a glass of wine, or it's your birthday and you're at a Mexican restaurant and you want to get a margarita, or you go to an all-inclusive resort in Jamaica and the bar is included, get yourself that strawberry daiquiri, girl. I'm not judging you. So just wanted to put that out there. I wanted to tell you guys how I feel about alcohol before I tell you why I don't drink. So first, if you don't know, I'm 21 years old and I will be 22 in about a month. So I am old enough to drink. Up until this point in my life, I have not had any alcohol, except for one time I had, this is sad. So my goal here is to not drink out of religious context. And if you're not a religious person or you don't know what I'm talking about, churches do communion or the Lord's Supper or whatever you want to call it. It's one of those things where you partake in the breaking of bread and the drinking of wine, juice, that kind of thing. Some churches do juice. A lot of churches in the South I know do juice. My home church does juice. But my church here where I live now does juice and wine, and I always go for the juice because honestly, like, I accidentally got wine one time and it was gross, so I didn't really like the way it tastes anyway. Not that you're doing that for enjoyment, but you get what I'm saying. So basically, if wine is the only option, I'm not going to not partake in the Lord's Supper or communion just because it's wine and not juice. So that's what I mean by outside of religious context. Now, if there's juice or wine as an option, I'm gonna pick juice, but if it's just wine, I'm not gonna not do it just because it's wine, just because it's alcohol, if that makes sense. So I will do it in that instance. Just wanted to point that out if that is confusing at all. The one time I had it was when the cups were labeled wrong at church, or the labels were in the right place but the cups were in the wrong place. I don't know, I accidentally dipped my bread in in wine, and I thought it was juice. Not a big deal, but honestly it was kind of gross. So actually it was very gross. I was very taken aback by the taste of it. It was very bitter, which I understand that it's not really supposed to taste good, but you know. So basically, I wanted to say the reasons why. Anyway, so number one, I have mentioned this on my blog and I've made posts about it and stuff like that. I've been super explicit about this, but my brother is an alcoholic, and if you don't know, we're twins, so that makes him 21 as well. Well, when you're an alcoholic at 21, you don't become an alcoholic in a year. I mean, I don't think you do. In my experience, he didn't become an alcoholic in a year. He is currently 130-ish days sober, and that is the longest he's been sober since we were 13. That is mind-blowing to me. In 8 years, 13, I think it's 8, 7 or 8, I don't know. In 7 or 8 years, because I can't math, the longest he has been sober is 4 months. Since we were barely teenagers, which is crazy to me. But I'm not going to go into the details about his life, but he is an alcoholic, and currently he is getting his life together. He's putting the pieces back together. Actually, God is putting the pieces of his life back together, and he is doing incredible. Right now, he is in rehab. He's at a ministry rehab facility, and it has honestly been the biggest change I've ever seen in anyone's life firsthand, and it's absolutely insane. Like, God is working so much in his situation, and I've never been more proud of him, and I've never been so thankful to God for this happening, because he has just turned around to be a completely new person, and it's just proof that the gospel really does change people from the inside out. And so he is sober now, but even if he's sober for 10, 20, 30 years, he could be sober for the rest of his life, and he's still gonna be an alcoholic. And because of that, he has always looked up to me as someone that he trusts, that he believes in, that makes good decisions, that just all around, this is gonna sound so conceited, wow. But my mom has told me before that he just looks up to me as a role model, and he wants to be like me. And honestly, that is the biggest honor for my brother, to want to be like me. Like, that's incredible. That makes me feel like God has done incredible things in my life, and I want to keep showing that to him so that he can continue to just thrive in the situation that he's in right now. And so I don't want to do anything to hinder that. And like, obviously you don't go out drinking with an alcoholic, or you don't drink near an alcoholic at all, but that doesn't mean that you can't do it. However, this is my brother, and like I said, he has looked up to me for so long, and I would never want to do anything to disappoint him or change the fact that he looks up to me in the way that he does. And it makes me so excited that he does look up to me, and I don't want to change his perception of who I am because of that. So I don't want alcohol to be a hindrance on our relationship, on his life, on anything. So there is one reason why. The next reason is that I am medicated for anxiety. I hate medicine, which is ironic because I just said I'm medicated. I hate medicine. The only reason why I'm so willing and ready to take my anxiety medication every day is because it makes me feel so much better than I would without it. With that being said, because I'm medicated for anxiety, I have anxiety. So I don't like medicine in general, just because I don't like the way that it makes me feel. I don't like being not in control of my body, of what's happening to it, even if it's good for me, which I know sounds insane, but medicine has always been one of my biggest triggers of anxiety, actually. My very first panic attack was triggered by a situation with medication, and it's honestly just, it puts me in a really dark place, and I don't know why. It makes me sick. Like, if I'm sick, it makes me sick to like my stomach, because I'm so anxious about medicine. When I got my wisdom teeth out, you know, they give you like the laughing gas, they put the stuff over your face or whatever it is that they do, and it calms you down before they give you the anesthesia. At least that's what they did for me. And the whole time they were asking me questions before they gave me the anesthesia and it knocked me out. They started asking me questions, and I had this stuff going through my body, and I was so out of control, and I was terrified. Like, I had no reason to be terrified, but I honestly felt so terrified because I had no control over the words coming out of my mouth or of the way that I was feeling. They asked me questions. For example, they asked me where I got my tan from. I told them that I went to Jamaica, or I said I went to the beach or something. I can't even remember what I said, but I was thinking coherent thoughts, but they weren't coming out of my mouth right. I was slurring, and I hated it. I remember when I started taking the medicine that they give you for pain, I remember asking some really stupid questions, and I was like, I asked the nurse if she had chapstick, and like, I just remember asking it. I sounded so dumb, and in my mind I knew what was going on, but I couldn't control it, and I hated being so out of control of my mind, not my mind, of my words and the things that I was able to do. And I am never gonna drink enough alcohol to get drunk, because I literally told you earlier that I don't think that you should get drunk. You shouldn't drink to get drunk, because that's kind of pointless, and honestly I don't see how that's fun at all. but I would never drink enough alcohol to be relaxed because I would just constantly be so on edge about how I wouldn't have control over my body or my thoughts or my words or anything like that. And I am not a control freak by any means, but not being able to control my body makes me feel trapped almost because there's nothing I can do about it. And that's terrifying. Like, that's absolutely terrifying. I don't like being sick. I mean, no one likes being sick, but like being sick is so terrifying for me because I just don't have control over my body. Like, I can't change anything, and it gives me so much anxiety that I don't even want to think about trying to, like, let's be real here, because I've never had any alcohol, my alcohol tolerance is probably very low. Probably a drink, one drink. I would probably start to feel something after one drink. And that is terrifying to me. Also, because whenever I drink anything, I don't do it slowly. I don't just sip on something. Like, I can't do it slowly. If I have soda or juice or water or tea or lemonade or literally anything, I drink a lot of it at one time. It's like chugging, I don't know. So basically, I don't think, or like if I got a juice or something, excuse me, if I got like a wine that tastes like it doesn't have any like alcohol in it, then I don't know, I just, if I liked it, then I would want to drink it fast, and then I would want more, and then I just don't want to do that. I don't want to deal with that. It's crazy. Like, honestly, I sound crazy right now. I hope that you understand a little bit more about me, and you understand where I come from, who I am, what this is about to me. I have been thinking about making this video for a really long time, and I just now got around to filming it. So I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want to see more real topics like this, then let me know what you guys... Okay, if I don't die first. Let me know what you guys think. And let me know what you guys want to hear me talk about. I definitely dive into more serious topics on my blog, but here I like to keep it light. So if you guys want me to dig a little deeper here, then let me know. The vlogs will be back soon, and I will see you guys in my next video if you choose to subscribe. I'll see you guys. Bye.